Hi everyone, let me ask you a question. Have you ever tried to explain what you do to your family and friends and gotten a blank look? Or is fear holding you and your online business back right now? Now, if you answered yes to either of those, you're going to love this month's free newsletter. How do you get a copy? Head on over to writecom.com now. And by the way, if you want to make more money with your online business, you are going to love our coffee bean money making idea inside. So head over to Writecom, that's WRITECOME.com, and you'll find the newsletter waiting for you over there. Hi, this is Barry here, and you are very, very welcome to today's podcast episode from writecom.com. And today's podcast episode is entitled, Want to be happy? Stop setting goals. Now, are you one of those people who sets goals? You have a goal that you'd like to achieve by the end of the week, you've got another one by the end of the month, and maybe at the end of the year you'd like to be in a certain financial position, or you'd like to have achieved something. And sometimes if you have a goal, sometimes when you repeatedly look from where you are right now to where the point is that you want to achieve in the future. For example, maybe you want to be making maybe $10,000 more in a year from now. And sometimes when we look like from where we are to where the goal is, sometimes the gulf between the two can really get you down. You know, you keep thinking to yourself, how the hell am I ever going to close this goal? You know, this goal that you're probably trying to achieve is probably you've never ever done before, and you know, you're thinking to yourself, well, I don't know how I'm going to get there. I don't know what actions I need to take. I don't know what's going to happen. How am I going to get there? And what I found when I used to set goals was that goals used to make me really miserable. They used to make me doubt myself, because I used to say to myself, why can't I achieve this thing? Why can't I make this certain amount of money? Why can't I get there? And I used to question myself. I used to look at other people who achieve goals, and I used to say to myself, well, what's wrong with me? You know, why can these other people achieve these goals and I can't do it? And it used to get to a point where I used to really get depressed, and I used to get angry at myself, and I used to get angry with God or the universe or whatever's out there, and I used to get angry, and I used to say, why the hell do you give me this ambition? Why do you want me to be more than I can be or that I want to be, and then I can't actually get there? It's like sometimes I felt like that I had almost like a carrot and a stick, and this carrot was just in front of me all the time, and no matter how hard I worked and no matter how hard I tried, I could never seem to close that gap. And it used to feel like that stick was almost something that I could, you know, beat myself with, that I was never ever going to close the gap, and it used to get me really miserable. And maybe that's where you are right now. Maybe you are trying to achieve a goal and it's just getting you down. You're doubting yourself, you're questioning yourself, and you know, you just don't see how you're ever going to get closer to it. Now, what I found is something that I have done since I gave up on setting goals was to focus on things that I can do on a daily basis. You know, for example, maybe if my goal was to lose maybe 30 pounds of weight. Now, from where I am, if I was 30 pounds overweight, you know, depending on how fit I was and whatever, that gulf might be too big for me. I could maybe see that I could approach that, or I could get to losing those 30 pounds. But say, for example, maybe I couldn't see myself. I kept saying to myself, well, I've tried to lose weight in the past, I've tried and failed, and it's just going to be the same again. I am going to set myself up for a goal that I'm not going to achieve. And what I found is, rather than focusing on that big goal, would be to focus on things that you can do every day, to break that thing down to the smallest thing that you can do, and steps that you can achieve every day. Now, as you're probably well aware, if you are going to lose 30 pounds, it's going to mean that you're going to have to make some changes. So what could be the changes you could make on a daily basis? Well, you could try and cut back how much junk you eat. You could try to increase how much exercise you do per day. And then when you focus on the daily things you can do every day, it's a process that you can follow, and you'll find that it's a lot easier to focus on something small and achieving that small goal every day, rather than trying to achieve this big, huge thing. You know, again, maybe to explain it a little bit better, it's sometimes maybe like as if we are walking up a mountain, and from where we are to the top of the mountain, it looks really impossible. It looks so far away, it looks too steep, and sometimes you feel like, I can't climb this mountain. But the daily process that I recommend you should do, it's almost like looking at your feet, looking at your shuffling feet, not paying attention to the mountaintop, how far away it is and how difficult it looks to be, just focusing on your feet and focusing on each step that you take. And as you're probably well aware, if you just simply focus on the process, focus on those shuffling feet, eventually you will look up and you'll be at the mountaintop. And it'll probably seem a lot better of a journey. It'll seem a lot more that you were happier along the way because you just set up a simple goal that you had to achieve every day. And by doing that, it means that every evening when you finish your work or whatever it is that you're looking to achieve, you can look back and you can say, that day was a productive day. That day, today was the day where, I wanted to maybe write a blog post every single day. And for me to focus on the 365 blog posts I'll need to do probably seems like a huge gulf. But if I focus on the one blog post I do today, it means in the evening time when the day is over and I've got my blog post done, I'm a happy camper. I have done the one thing I need to do today. And then tomorrow, again, my small goal is to write another blog post. And again, that day is, and once it's done and the action is taken and I've achieved that goal, well, then that day is a productive day. So maybe if you have a goal right now that is really getting you down and you're just doubting yourself that you'll ever achieve it, just take your eyes off the huge prize way off in the distance and focus on something that you can see every day. Small actions that you can do. What is a process that you could do where you could just do it over and over and over again and be like those shuffling feet that eventually it will get you to that point where you actually reach that goal, but you'll reach it overall being a lot happier with yourself because you have done all the steps and you're not doubting yourself. It's just a simple action you need to do every day. And you'll find in the long run that you will still get to the end point, but it'll be a lot more pleasant journey than the point you're at right now where you're doubting yourself, where you're questioning yourself and you're just totally depressed and you are thinking, well, how the hell does everybody achieve goals and I can't do it? Take your eyes off the big goal and come back to the daily processes. What can you do every single day that will get you to that goal? And as I said, it's like that mountaintop. You'll look up, you'll look around, and you'll be at that point sometime in the future. Have a lovely day. Bye-bye.
Thanks for joining us today. If you'd like more from the Rightcome.com podcast, be sure to subscribe now for more tips, tricks, and ideas you can use to make more money from your words. See you in the next episode.